out. Georgia's blue, baby. Georgia's blue, baby.
That's right.
Georgia is blue, baby.
Let me tell you this
Georgia is blue. It don't matter how many.
Hi, my name is Neon Scott, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Here on my YouTube channel, we will be doing vlogs, reactions, hauls, and story times. Enough of the talking. Let's get into the YouTube video. So today I am taking you guys along with me to a Democratic political rally. My mom got t-shirts made. As we were waiting in line to get into the rally, we encountered the Trump supporters. In this clip, we have Grammy going off on the Trump supporters.
Dumb. Dumb doors, dumb. Sit your fat ass down somewhere. Go get a diet. While you out there walking, why you try to jog a little bit, you fat fuck?
In this clip, we have Miss Lisa going off on the Trump supporters.
It wasn't you, so cut it out. Cut it out. We won.
We won.
Stop crying. Stop being a crybaby. Grow up.
Grow up.
In this clip, we have my mother, Miss Lisa, and Grammy going off on the Trump supporters.
Losers.
Go home and do some stuff. Chew some tobacco.
How can you teach your kids? How can you teach your kids anything when y'all sore losers?
No, nobody's emotional, big boy.
We're not emotional. We're happy. We're the one with a smile on our face. Y'all the one
Y'all
frowning.
standing on the sideline frowning.
Why y'all cases keep getting kicked out of court?
Y'all keep losing.
Y'all lost 60 times. Y'all lost 60 times. 60 times y'all
Trying to
lost.
steal.
Our Biden has
Stop
still
the steal.
winning.
You right.
I ain't never seen one.
Stop the steal.
Stop the steal.
Y'all lost. Go sit down. Be an adult.
Stop
Your back
the
of
steal.
choose.
We
On
won.
your back of
It was
choose.
more of
No
us than it
difference.
was of you. We won.
Sore losers.
We won.
Sore losers. Go sit down. Georgia's blue, baby.
Georgia's blue.
baby.
That's right.
Georgia is blue, baby.
Let me tell you this
Georgia is blue. It don't matter how many. Georgia
enough
is blue.
different.
Can't we all just get along?
I gotta stop my mom. My mom is.
We don't kill babies.
I had to lock her window.
We don't kill. Why do you care about abortion when you don't care about the death penalty?
You kill people.
When a child is aborted,
So she can
spirit
so the
goes
kids
to
can be
heaven.
born in the world like you and give them stuff and
Y'all
don't go
wanna
to the
kill
dentist.
people.
Don't go
Y'all
to
for
the
the
dentist.
death penalty. So
go
kill
sit
a
down.
human.
You're all
So
greedy.
you want to kill a human. So y'all okay with killing humans?
Y'all want to choose who die. And
Y'all
how
want
they
to
die.
hang folks. You want to hang folks.
That's
You want
right.
to keep on hanging people.
And then half of them
And you
here.
hope they
You
don't
want-
start back hanging because you'll be first.
First, yeah, you definitely be first
you want
with the
y'all want to
mom.
hang people.
What?
Now sit down and
No,
shut
that's
up.
slavery.
Slavery.
Slavery. You
Hold
with
up.
the Klansmen. You're representing 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 the Klansmen.
Y'all are so cute. Y'all are so cute. Y'all are so cute.
Oh yeah, we know.
We like seeing y'all.
Yeah, he
act
talking
out.
about we the slavery. Yeah,
It's
you
so
represent the
fun seeing y'all
Klansmen.
act out. It's just
You're
hilarious.
representing the Klansmen.
It's hilarious just seeing y'all
It's so
act
sad
out.
you won't get a job. You would accept money and
Look,
stand
do
there
it
and
like
hold a
this.
sign.
Losers!
Now listen, you over here with the red trying to stop the steal. You need to sit your wrinkle ass down. You hear me?
Hey.
Neali, are you
This
having
my
fun?
grandma.
Yeah, grandma is locked in. Grandma locked
and
in. Doors, everything locked
Yeah,
Okay.
because you'll go crazy.
I was gonna get out the car. I wanted to get to that one.
Was I supposed to bring
And
the
this is
mask?
Miss Lisa.
If not, I got some.
Hello.
Oh wait, hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, I got brand new.
And this is my mother.
Okay, thank you.
Sabrina, say hello.
Hello. Hello. We're out here representing Warnock and Ossoff. And we are here to see Kamala, so we're super excited today.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Yeah.
We almost just went to jail because of Grammy.
Yes.
Radical Grammy.
They got me locked in. Locked in.
and locked down.
Yes, I needed to get to some of them back of chewers. Snuff dippers.
In this clip, we were finally able to get to the entrance of the rally.
This event, Trump supporters or no, they don't care. They were gonna support this event. Making me a turkey sandwich in the car. Why is I'm out here to support this? See these guys right here? Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what I'm here for, and that's why I'm sitting in the car hungry. I'm eating turkey. I packed my stuff individually. You can see right here. Yes, I have about 2 sandwiches. So I'm prepared. I have cold water in here.
But no banana peppers?
No, what are you eating?
I am eating a sub with banana peppers and oil and vinegar. And we got old famous public chicken and Hawaiian rolls.
Yes,
You know how we do it.
Yes.
Yeah, and we got some government cheese sticks.
Oh, Lord.
What?
I don't have them.
Wait a minute, where my cheese sticks at?
This is where we were finally driving into the rally area. Mayor Van Johnson showed up at the rally and spoke.
And I guess reflects what happens in this entire world. Georgia, we are the candle that must elect Reverend Raphael Warnock and Jon Ossoff to the United States Senate. And we gotta do it now. We gotta elect Reverend Raphael Warnock and Jon Ossoff so that the United States Senate can be the mirror that reflects this nation. So that the United States can be the mirror that reflects their people. So that the United States can be the mirror that reflects. We are the nation of hope. We are the nation of justice. We are also the nation of truth. Georgia, we can be that candle. For the strangers to go to the polls. Because Georgia, we need them in the Senate. Not only in the Senate, we need them to change America.
Mayor Keisha Lance Bottom showed up at the rally and spoke.
Delta Sigma Theta, thank you all for being here today. You all have some wonderful leaders. I can tell you that he is leading in a way that is so admirable for all of us across the state. Thank you again, Senator. And when it came time to go up against the governor of the state about wearing masks in our state, which seems like it should be common sense for anyone who doesn't want to get COVID-19. I said to Mayor Johnson, I said, you go first. And he did, courageously and boldly. Just leadership in standing up to the governor about our mask mandate. Cities and communities and leaders across this state can. In November, Georgia, you showed up in record numbers, and people thought that it would be impossible to turn this state blue. But because we showed up like it mattered and used our votes as our voices, we were able to turn Georgia blue in November, but we know it's not over yet. In order for President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris to get the work done, the meaningful work done that we need on criminal justice reform, work that we need towards affordable health care, economic recovery and development, affordable housing, student loan debt, and the list goes on. We know that they will need a Senate to help them get it done. It always seems impossible until it's done. Those words may have been spoken by Nelson Mandela many decades ago. But what we know in November, this last November, over 81 million voters in this country voted for change. Now, though Donald Trump doesn't want to admit that, I hadn't had a chance to listen to the tape yet, but my understanding there's some audio of him calling the Secretary of State at times pleading with him to turn over the results of our election in Georgia. But we know that's not going to happen. We also know is that this Tuesday there's an historic opportunity in this state for us to elect Raphael Warnock and Jon Ossoff. Someone from out of state recently texted me and they said, can we win? And I said, LOL, if we get out and vote.
Before at the rally.
Now everybody put your hands together, come on! Hey! All because of you, babe.
Here is Senator-elect Jon Ossoff.
I love you guys. Hey, Tracy, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you so much to the people of Garden City and Savannah. Thank you so much to all the people working so hard across the state of Georgia to get out the vote right now. Y'all, it all comes down to Tuesday, Election Day, the last chance to make our voices heard as Georgians. And the whole country is watching us right now. The whole country is watching the people of Georgia right now. Georgia, feel your power. Make a statement that will echo from coast to coast and down the generations about what Georgia stands for. This is our moment. 2 runoff elections to determine control of the United States Senate. That your standard bearers in these races are the young Jewish son of an immigrant and a black pastor who holds Dr. King's pulpit at Ebenezer Baptist Church. Think about how far we've come, George. And we're running against like the Bonnie and Clyde of corruption in American politics. 2 United States senators who, when they learned about the pandemic that was bearing down on our shores, their first calls were to their stockbrokers. Y'all, we deserve better than David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler. In Garden City, when we make our voices heard on Tuesday, retirement will be coming for David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler. Georgia has the power to define the next era. Health, jobs, and justice for the people. Today we welcome Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. And when you send me and Reverend Warnock to the United States Senate, we will pass legislation to ensure that testing and vaccines are free for every American. We will power Georgia's own Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to lead the public health response to this pandemic. We will make sure that hospitals and nursing homes have the resources that they need to keep their staff safe, to save lives, and to slow the spread of COVID-19. Because we're building a movement for health
for all the people. In Garden City, do you believe, like Reverend Warnock and I do, that health care is a human right and not just a privilege for those who can afford it or live in the right zip code? Because health care is a human right, not just a privilege for those who live in the right part of the state. Georgia deserves senators who will have our backs not just when it's about to be time to face the people, but at all times. And if you send me and Reverend Warnock to the Senate, we'll deliver the $2,000 stimulus checks that people need to stay in their homes, that families need to stay on their feet. How much good we can do when we win these races. We can pass the most ambitious infrastructure, jobs, clean energy plan in U.S. history. We can create tens of thousands of jobs across this state, upgrading our public schools, upgrading transit and transportation, connecting communities within Georgia and connecting Georgia with the rest of the South. We can make America the #1 producer of clean energy in the world and Georgia the #1 producer of clean energy in the American South. We have so much good that we can do together. We can raise the minimum wage to $15. Y'all may not know this, but my mother came to this country as an immigrant when she was 23 years old. Alone as a young woman. Takes some courage to uproot your whole life and move to the other side of the planet and start over, but she came here because she believed in the ideas this country stands for. Now let me be real clear that that doesn't mean that she harbored or indulged some kind of fantasy about American history. That doesn't mean that she didn't recognize how much further this country had to go. But she came here because she believed this country was on a journey of progress toward fully realizing the very best of our founding ideals. Equality in God's eyes. Equal justice for all. See, our Constitution already guarantees equal protection under the law. But when Ahmaud Arbery is shot to death in broad daylight in the street on camera in Glenn County, Georgia, and the local authorities look the other way because Ahmaud Arbery is a young black man, that makes a mockery of equal protection under the law. So Garden City, are you ready to fight to pass a new Civil Rights Act that will secure equal justice for all, no matter the color of our skin, no matter our social class? When the President of the United States calls up Georgia's election officials and tries to intimidate them to change the result of the election, to disenfranchise Georgia voters, to disenfranchise black voters in Georgia who delivered this state for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That is a direct attack on our democracy, and if David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler had one piece of steel in their spines, one shred of integrity, they would be out here defending Georgia voters from that kind of assault. Not only will we pass a new Civil Rights Act, we will pass a new Voting Rights Act to secure the sacred franchise for all, to make voter suppression a federal crime. Garden City, I want you to feel your power right now. Donald Trump is leaving Garden City. Georgia voters sent Donald Trump packing. You did that. Garden City, I want you to believe that we can build a society where we don't accept that violence and poverty and racism are inevitable or necessary, because they are not. Believe in the vision that John Lewis gave us of a beloved community. Believe that we can reach higher and higher heights, Garden City, but with victory on Tuesday. With victory on Tuesday, let us send this message about what Georgia stands for. I'm asking you to work for these next 2 days. Not for my sake, not for the glory of a political party, but because of how much good we can do for the people. So Garden City, Savannah, are you ready to work? Are you ready to knock on doors? Are you ready to call your neighbors? Are you ready to get everybody out to the polls to win these Senate races? Are you ready to send 2 new United States Senators to Washington? It is an honor to be here. It's an honor to welcome Kamala Harris here. I want to thank you all for your support. I love you so much. Let's win on Tuesday and make history. Thank you so much.
Here is Senate-elect Raphael Warnock.
Hello, Savannah, Georgia. Hello, Garden City. United States Senator. And now the next Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris. I can't wait until this graduate of an HBCU Howard University, I'm going to give you your props. I can't wait until Kamala Harris gets to be the deciding vote in the United States Senate. Now, the only way that happens is you have to make sure that you send Raphael Warnock and Jon Ossoff to the United States Senate. Are you ready to make that happen? But I've got a feeling that the coastal city is ready to stand up and send one of its own to the United States Senate. It's been 150 years. 150 years since we've had a Georgia senator from Savannah. Well, I think it's about time. Well, everybody you know, it's so critically important. Savannah can make the difference in this election. Now, we did an amazing thing on November 3rd, Georgia. The rest of the country didn't see you coming. We want to say to them, welcome to the new Georgia, welcome to the blue Georgia. But here's what we cannot do. We cannot afford to rest on the laurels of that achievement. It's going to be close. And Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, Garden City, Georgia, can make the difference. And I'd be deeply honored if the people in the city where I was born and nurtured and raised would be the defining city in this election. Are you ready to push us over? Because this election is not about me, it's not about Jon Ossoff, it is about access to affordable health care, it is about a livable wage, it is about the dignity of work, it is about voting rights, it's about civil rights, it is about saving the planet, about clean air and clean water, it is about the work we must do in this moment. My name is on the ballot and on the bus, but this is about you. It's time you had a senator who's thinking about the people of Georgia.
Here is Vice President-elect Kamala Harris.
United States Senate, a son of Savannah, Raphael Warnock, and a son of Georgia, Jon Ossoff, to the United States Senate. That is the task before us, and in the hands of you as the voters of Georgia, to do what is not only in the best interest of the people of this beautiful and great state, but by extension, what you will do for people all around the country, for people for whom you may never meet, people who may never know your name. Because of your activism, because of your voice, because of your fight, they will forever benefit. And their lives will forever be better. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. I was elected as only the second black woman in the history of the United States Senate to be in that chamber. Why I'm here today is to share with you the experiences I've had in the United States Senate, where I have seen that body of 100 people, 100 Americans, make the decisions that impact over 320 million Americans. Those 100 individuals
who each have a voice that can change the course of the history of our country. I was there that late night into the early morning where there was a vote on one of the most significant pieces of public policy and legislation to ever hit our country because of President Barack Obama and Vice President Joe Biden when they passed the Affordable Care Act. Legislation would be determined. And I witnessed then the power of just one senator in the United States Senate. When the late, great John McCain said, "No, you don't." You remember that? You remember that? And Savannah, you have a decision to elect 2 United States senators. That is the power that is in your hands to elect 2 individuals who are outstanding leaders in Raphael Warnock and Jon Ossoff, and I know them. I have spent time with them. We have talked, we have prayed together. We have talked about the fate of our country, the future of our country, the promise of our country. And they have talked to me about the state of Georgia. They have said to me, "Kamala, you need to know what's happening in our state." They've said to me, "These are the needs of the people. These are the needs of the children. These are the needs of small businesses. These are the needs of working people." That's who these 2 men are. And look at that in the context of the history of the state of Georgia. Look at it in the context of the years where folks were deprived of the right to vote, who were deprived of full status of citizenship. Look at it in the history of Georgia, where one of the greatest American heroes, who is now one of the greatest of our ancestors, John Lewis, shed his blood on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, a great Georgian, for the right to vote, and he had to shed his blood because the forces were so powerful and violent in trying to deny people the rights of full citizenship, the right to vote. Let's fast forward to recent history, where we know where they're not powerful people trying to mess with folks' right to vote. We would be talking about Governor Stacey Abrams. Let's talk about more recent history. When Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were on the ballot, and they were still messing with folks' right to vote in November, trying to make it difficult, trying to make it confusing, trying to deter people. But the people of Georgia said, "Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't." The people of Georgia understood. And then look at the most recent history, which is that after you turned Georgia blue, you elected Joe Biden, President of the United States. You elected the first black woman in the history of our country to be the Vice President of the United States. And they had the gall to suggest you didn't know what you were doing. You must have gone about it in a way that was illegitimate. And they filed 6 lawsuits. Not 1, not 2. 6 lawsuits trying to challenge your voice in that election. And they failed every time. And the people's voice remained standing. And then the President of the United States, the current President of the United States, called the Senate race in Georgia. This Senate race in Georgia, illegitimate, he called it illegal and invalid. That the people of Georgia are trying to commit a crime. And then let's just fast forward to most recent history, which is yesterday. Have y'all heard about that recorded conversation? Well, it was, yes, certainly the voice of desperation. Most certainly that. And it was a bald-faced, bold abuse of power by the President of the United States. To ask a question always when we see these powerful people that are trying to make it difficult, trying to make it confusing, trying to invalidate our voice. Whenever we see this happen, I think it requires not only action, but it requires a question. Why are such powerful people trying to make it difficult for us to vote? And I think we know the answer. It's because they know our power. They know our power. Change. They know when we vote, we win. So that's what's before us, yet again, and before you, the leaders of Georgia, to say that you will not be silenced. You will not be sidelined. Your voice will not be overlooked. That you will fight because you know that when we fight for our country and the legitimacy of our democracy, we win. And so everything is at stake. Everything is at stake. When you pull out the votes that are in your community, in your family, in your neighborhood, by reminding people of what is at stake. It was also called Obamacare. I was there to witness the debates that occurred where people were trying to make politics out of your public health, where they were determined to try and get rid of any accomplishment of the first Black president of the United States, and therefore tried to get rid of a healthcare policy that brought healthcare over 20 million people who didn't have it. Who said we're going to get rid of the ban on pre-existing conditions because people who have diabetes, who have lupus, who have high blood pressure, talk to me about when they say, Kamala, you need to know that here in the state of Georgia, 1 in 7 families are describing hunger in their household. 1 in 6 families are having a difficult time or an inability to pay rent. 1 in 4 small businesses is about to go out of business or has gone out of business. And you will make a decision about who is holding these most powerful positions that will chart the course of Georgian families and families all around our country. So I'm here to thank you on behalf of Joe and myself for what you did in November. And I'm here to ask you to do it again. And I'm just gonna remind us all. You know, these are moments when we see these great challenges that do challenge also our faith. Just to dig deep. And it requires us to also see in our hearts and in our minds what is possible, what can be, unburdened by what has been. And this is one of those moments. And this moment, Savannah, this moment will pass. And years from now, our children, our grandchildren, and others, they will look in our eyes, each one of us, and they will ask us, where were you at that moment? And what I know is that we will be able to respond by telling them so much more than just how we felt at this moment. We will tell them what we did. We will tell them what we did. We will tell them we mailbox but to take it and drop it off. We will tell them, vote, 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 because your life depends on it. And we will tell them that's how we elected Raphael Warnock and Jon Ossoff to the United States Senate.